Today's universities, assessment literacy is more than just a buzzword, it's a foundational skill for academic success. But what does it really mean? Assessment literacy refers to students' ability to understand, interpret, and use assessment information to guide their learning. As higher education evolves, students face a diverse range of assessment types, from traditional exams to group projects and presentation. Without a solid grasp of assessment literacy, students may struggle to adapt, missing opportunities to showcase their true abilities. This video explores the theory and practice behind developing assessment literacy, highlighting why it's essential for both academic achievement and lifelong learning. Assessment literacy is a multifaceted concept. At its core, it means understanding the purposes, principles, and practices of assessment in higher education. Students with strong assessment literacy can identify what is being assessed, why it's being assessed, and how to use feedback to improve. This skill set empowers them to engage more deeply with their studies and to take control of their academic journey. Whether it's interpreting grading rubrics or understanding the rationale behind an assignment, assessment literacy is about making sense of the entire assessment process. Truly grasp assessment literacy, it helps to look through the lens of constructivism. Constructivist theory suggests that learning is an active process, shaped by social interactions and cultural practices. In the context of assessment, this means students build their understanding not just from lectures, but from discussions with peers, feedback from instructors, and their own experiences. Assessment literacy isn't just taught, it's constructed through engagement, reflection, and collaboration. This approach recognizes that every student's journey is unique, influenced by their background and prior experiences. Assessment literacy can be broken down into three main components. First, students need to understand the purposes of assessment, why it's being done and how it connects to their learning goals. Second, they must grasp the processes involved, such as interpreting criteria and understanding submission requirements. Third, students should have opportunities to practice judging their own work, learning to identify strengths and areas for improvement. Together, these elements help students navigate the complex world of university assessments with confidence. Assessments in higher education serve multiple purposes. They can be formative, providing feedback for future learning; summative, measuring achievement for grading; or diagnostic, identifying learning needs. Students should recognize that assessments aren't just about grades, they're opportunities for growth. By understanding these different purposes, learners can better engage with feedback, set realistic goals, and use assessments as stepping stones for improvement. Navigating the assessment process requires more than just completing assignments. Students need to interpret grading rubrics, understand submission guidelines, and meet academic standards. This means being able to identify what each assessment requires, from essays to presentations, and knowing how to meet those expectations. By developing these skills, students can submit work that truly reflects their abilities and meets the standards set by their courses. Feedback is a cornerstone of assessment literacy. It's not just about receiving comments, it's about using those comments to improve. Students should learn to interpret feedback from instructors, peers, and even self-assessment. Effective feedback highlights strengths, points out areas for improvement, and offers actionable suggestions. By engaging with feedback, students can make meaningful changes to their learning strategies and future assignment. Assessment literacy goes hand in hand with self-regulated learning. When students understand assessment criteria and expectations, they can set clear goals, plan their study strategies, and monitor their progress. This self-regulation empowers them to manage their time and resources effectively, reflect on their learning, and adjust their approaches as needed. Ultimately, assessment literacy helps students become independent, proactive learners. Assessment literacy isn't just about meeting requirements, it's about fostering curiosity and intellectual engagement. When students see assessments as opportunities for learning rather than just judgment, they become more motivated to explore new ideas and concepts. This mindset encourages them to engage deeply with their studies, ask questions, and seek out feedback, all of which contribute to a richer educational experience. One of the greatest benefits of assessment literacy is its role in promoting lifelong learning. The skills students develop, such as interpreting feedback, setting goals, and reflecting on progress, are valuable far beyond university. These abilities help graduates adapt to new challenges, continue learning throughout their careers, and remain engaged in personal and professional growth. Assessment literacy lays the foundation for success long after graduation. Assessment literacy encourages the development of a growth mindset, the belief that abilities can be developed through effort and perseverance. When students view assessments as opportunities for growth, they become more resilient in the face of setbacks. Feedback is seen not as criticism but as a tool for improvement. This mindset shift helps students embrace challenges, learn from mistakes, and commit to continuous self-development. Through engaging with diverse assessment tasks, students develop critical thinking and problem-solving skills. Assessment literacy helps them analyze information, evaluate evidence, and draw reasoned conclusions. Over time, students learn to identify patterns and connections, leading to deeper understanding and insight. These skills are essential not only for academic success, but also for navigating complex problems in the real world. Developing assessment literacy requires intentional strategies. These include designing constructively aligned curricula, providing clear rubrics and exemplars, encouraging feedback dialogue, and promoting experiential learning. Peer assessment and collaboration also play a key role, giving students opportunities to engage in dialogue, reflect on feedback, and deepen their understanding. By embedding these strategies into the curriculum, educators can support students in building strong assessment literacy skills. Despite its importance, developing assessment literacy isn't always easy. Students may face challenges such as ambiguous criteria, hidden curriculum, assessment anxiety, and limited exposure to diverse assessment methods. Addressing these barriers requires support from lecturers, clear communication, and opportunities for practice. By recognizing and tackling these challenges, universities can create more equitable and supportive learning environment. Summary: assessment literacy is a vital skill for university students, underpinning academic achievement and lifelong learning. By understanding assessment purposes, engaging with feedback, and developing self-regulation, students can take charge of their learning journey. For educators, embedding assessment literacy into curriculum design and teaching practices is key to supporting student success. Together, these efforts help create a learning environment where all students can thrive and reach their full potential.